Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. All right, y'all. Well, I have a new mystery review to do here, and it's not with the other one that I do. It's a brand new company called Sleuth Kings. Um, the owner or the person that created this sent me this for me to do a review on it. It's an early release. It's not the This is not happening until October 2nd, I believe is his launch date. So he gave me a advanced copy just for me to do it and do a review on it. So that is what I'm going to do because, I love mysteries. So I will say that I loved it. I loved doing this. So let me show you what you get first because, you get just this envelope. That's all, or this folder. That's what you're going to get. The premise of this, let me just start there. The premise of this is that you are helping a private detective named Sullivan King work on cases. So that is what you're doing. So he'll send you a folder to give you information, and then you are to email him and tell him, okay, I've looked through, like something like I think I wrote along the lines, okay, I've read through everything and I'm ready to go. And so then he'll email you back and to try, and to get you started on what you need to do, right? And everything that you need is going to be in this folder. The very first thing that you get is the contact information, and it kind of explains, it tells you everything that's in the folder, and it tells you, the email address to email and all this kind of stuff. And then you have like just different things that are going to be some of your puzzles that you have to do. Like this is a letter, and then this is a investigative report, and then there's a police memo, and then there's an interview that he did, and then there's the letter to the media, and you also get the flyer that dictator Sin. This is who we're trying to catch because he's like going to do something bad to people that deserve it. And you're like, well, who deserves it? And he's like, oh, wouldn't you like to know? So that's our whole premise, is that we're having to figure out who this guy is and stop him, and then you have pictures of a clue and of Dr. or Dictator Sim himself, maybe. So that's what's in the folder. And once you start emailing, he will email you back, like I said, and then you just go from there. And if you get stuck, you actually can, okay, if you get stuck, you can email him and say, I'm stuck. And then he can give you another clue, which I really liked because there was a couple of puzzles in here that I had not ever done that I wasn't really familiar with, like the chain word one, because the only time that I had seen this was when like you take the last letter and you make a new word with it, and so that was not what this was, and I was like, so but he gives you a hint with that, and I liked it too because you email him the answer to whatever puzzle you're working on, right? And then he will either tell you, yes, that's it. Like we had to find a few passwords. We had to find, so there were a lot of different puzzles that we had to do. And so you would email him the answer, and then he would email you back, no, I don't think that's it, or yes, that was it, I got in, or whatever. So that is the cool premise about this game, whatever you want to call this mystery folder, is that you're interacting with a real person, like you're actually helping him. The downside, the only thing that I really did not dig about this was having to wait on the emails to come back to you, because sometimes like you would email him and he'll be like, yeah, that's it, give me 5 to 10 minutes and then I'll get back with you, and then you literally had to wait 5 to 10 minutes on an email to come back to you. It wasn't like instantaneously. that you would get the information. So if you're trying to work on this and do it, you know, and just sit down and get it done, you couldn't do that. You had to, you know, like I went and did something else, you know, read a book a little bit or whatever while I waited on the emails to come back to me. So, but if, you know, I think once you do it, do a folder, because by the end of it, I was used to it. You know, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to wait. So let me go do something else. Because at first I was like just waiting and waiting because I was thinking, because I didn't think it was literally 5 to 10 minutes, right? I thought I was just going to I thought it was just a thing, right? And then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really sitting here waiting for him 5 to 10 minutes. And so I was like, I can't just sit here and do that. So I would go and do something else, which was fine. And then you come back to it. So, but that was to me, that was the only downside. Other than that, I really, really loved it. The puzzles were, like I said, something new some of them were new that I had not done. And, you know, and of course, some of them were the standard, you know, what you do, which is fine. I mean, you know, they're still challenging, you know what I'm saying? So it was challenging. I really, really enjoyed it. And another cool thing about this is that once you solve a case, help him solve a case, and you get it right, he gives you points that you actually can turn in for tangible items in the end. And that's all on the website. And also, the monthly subscription is $24.95. So that's, you know, it's pretty affordable. And I think it's worth it because it is a lot of work going into this. You know, he has to like write up everything and has to have website because you go to websites too. So, you know, he has to keep that up and the emailing back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So it really is worth it, in my opinion, the $24.95. So again, it's called Sleuth Kings, and it's a new company. And I will link the email, or not email, the website down below if you're interested in going and taking a look for yourself. I recommend it if you like mysteries. It's more along the lines of, you know, you're helping out a detective. You're being a private detective on this one. That is exactly what this one is that you're just being a private detective's assistant, pretty much. And I really like that concept. It's really, really cool. So it's not like it's an Agatha Christie type of mystery, you know, where some things are missing and then just all of a sudden at the end it's all described, put together. So far, I mean, I've only done one, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this, is that it's going to be literally what you see is what you're going to get. It's not, something is not going to be added in that you don't know what's going on, because he tells you in emails things as well. You know what I'm saying? So I really did enjoy it. I really did like it. And I do recommend it if you like mysteries, puzzles, just using your logical thinking, critical thinking. It is awesome. Again, the only thing that really, you know, didn't bug me. I don't want to say bug me, but the only downside that I found was that having to wait on emails to come back to you. But I get it though. It helps you to feel like you are actually talking or emailing a real live human being, even though we know, you know, it's going to a generator or whatever, but it makes you feel like you're really working with a person. You know, because when in real life you're like, okay, well, here's the information, and the person's like, well, you know, I'll get back to you in 5 to 10 minutes. Let me go check this out. And then like in a minute later, there's an email. That's not realistic. You literally have to wait for them to go check it out and then email you back. So that's literally what you're doing. You're, you know, having to wait for him to go check it out, and then he'll email you back. So once you kind of wrap your head around that, then it's okay. But if you really are, you know, still wanting to get it done because it's a game to you, then, you know, you're like, oh, why do I have to wait? But it also, you know, but again, it helps you to immerse into the game, which I liked. So it's really cool. It took me, because of the emailing and having to wait a little bit, it probably took me about 2.5 hours to do it, which is awesome. I mean, that's good entertainment right there. So again, I'll link it I'll link the website down into the description if you want to go check it out, which I highly recommend that you do. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope that you'll give this a go if you love mysteries. All right, y'all. Y'all be good to one another, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.